Welcome back to Power Breakfast on CNBC-TV18. And like I said, it's time that we prep you up for the Indian markets. How is all that fall that we've seen in the Asian markets, US market, how is that going to be impacting us? We have a team of research here joining in with us to set you up for the day. Hormaz as well as Sudarshan here. Good morning, guys. And not a pretty day that we're watching out for, at least from the Indian markets. Hormaz, I think this is the only time I'll be saying good morning to you. After this, maybe a teary Thursday is what we're watching out for.
Well, it definitely not hope for that at least, but the screen is suggesting otherwise. The GIFT Nifty is indicating a 350-point downtick as we speak on the weekly options expiry day for the Nifty. So promises to be yet another volatile and choppy session for our own market. So what happened because of the US market sell-off overnight that is keeping the bulls on the edge, and also because of the Fed commentary that has come in with a lot of uncertainty, and that is what triggered a sell-off on Wall Street as well yesterday, and that is rubbing off on the Asian markets as well as on our own markets as well. The yields also rose back to 4.5%, the 10-year in the US. The dollar is back above 108, so that is not good signs as well. Now, what happened in yesterday's trading session? Well, another day of selling for the Nifty. It almost broke below Friday, the 13th low of the 24,190, but managed to close just above that. It does not look like it will sustain in today's session. Now 550 points down already in the last three trades for the Nifty. So now Wednesday's low of 24,149 becomes the key level to watch on the downside. Of course, then it will become on the upside first up. Then the PSU banks are leading the fall. The Nifty bank is down 1,400 points in two sessions, and the broader markets too are capitulating under that selling pressure. Or 70 stocks each on the mid cap and the small cap index ended lower today. Be interesting to see how much of that is impacting the broader markets in today's session. As I mentioned, it's the weekly options expiry today, and the past two expiries are evident of those extreme swings that we have seen in the market last Friday and the Thursday before that. So more QIPs, block deals, those that continue. The IPOs continue. 5 new IPOs opening today, and as you said, the GIFT Nifty 350-point downtick promises to be a gap down for our own markets.
Absolutely. A gap down is what we are watching out for. But which are the other stocks that you should be actually keeping on your radar this morning? We have DOMS that is going to be in focus as a block deal where FILA is set to offload around 4.5% stake in the company. So firstly, the base size is around 3.05%, and then they could increase that, upsize it to 1.52%. Overall, the floor price for that is around 2,755 rupees per share. Moving on, Lupin also is going to be in focus. They've received a US FDA approval and ANDA approval, and this is for a drug that is used in combination for some treatment for HIV in HIV patients. So this is a generic equivalent for Descovy tablets, and there's an exclusivity of around 180 days for this. So surely a positive that we're watching out for. Launch is somewhere in FY 32. So keep an eye on that one. Asian Paints, a bit of a negative news coming in here. There are a couple of senior leadership exits that have come in, and Vishu Goyal, who's resigned as the Associate Vice President of Retail Sales and Commercial and Marketing. This is with effect from December 17th. And similarly, we have Shyam Swami also, who is resigned as Vice President of Home Improvement Decor for the company. So two important exits coming in there. IOL Chemicals, the company is to consider a subdivision or a split of existing equity shares on 27th of December. Keep an eye on that. Brigade Enterprises has made a new launch, which is a net zero residential project launch in Bangalore. Estimated gross development value of around 500 crores. SBI, that's in focus. Ram Mohan Rao Amara has been appointed as the MD for 3 years for the company. Currently, he's the deputy MD at SBI. Bank of Baroda, keep an eye on that one. The board has approved long-term bonds aggregating to 10,000 crores in FY25. Yatharth Hospital, QIP has opened up. Keep an eye on that, as well as we have a QIP that has opened up for Zaggle as well. So keep an eye on these stocks in trade. But F&O action, we could see a lot of action coming in here, and Sudarshan is here to tell us more on that front. What are the important cues? Sudarshan, good morning.
Good morning, Vinny. So yesterday's data is now looking a bit dated because the kind of cues that we have got from US market, hawkish commentary from US Fed has spooked the market, and all the indices, US indices closed with a cut of almost 3%, and its impact we can see in Indian market today as GIFT Nifty is indicating a start with a cut of more than 300 points. But nevertheless, talking about the flows of yesterday in the cash market, we saw FIs selling more than rupees 1,000 crore, but it was offset by DIs which bought more than rupees 4,000 crore. In the derivatives market too, we saw FIs selling 800 crore, and they have reduced long positions by 3,000 contracts and added short positions by more than 7,000 contracts. And with this, FI's long exposure now reduced to almost 35%. But DI client side long exposure remains healthy and it's at 64%. On the option front, on the call side, two options were active. Those were 24,300 and 24,200. And on the put side, 24,000 put has seen addition of more than 7 lakh shares. And with this important levels for Nifty, support is now seen somewhere around 23,850 and resistance is at 24,350. And one stock that has entered F&O band is NMDC, and with this, total 10 stocks are in F&O band.
Okay, thanks so much for that, Sudarshan. Surely keeping an eye out on these F&O cues.